No, I'm just saying, being out in the middle of nowhere, there's a lot of background audio, so hopefully it'll pick up. One more Vecna video, and then I think I'm done. GameMasters here, and while my Fixing Vecna already had a revamped Vecna stat block provided to us by one of my Discord members, Toon Timmy, I wanted a stat block that was godly. And keep in mind, as far as Dungeons & Dragons gods go, they're not all powerful, nor are they impervious to damage from mortals. But this version of Vecna, he's going to be a challenge for sure. One thing I want to state up front, in crafting the stat block up, I used a small amount of AI, mainly in the formatting, but also to help with the regional effects as well as some of the titles for his abilities. I also used Midjourney for the image of Vecna. As such, I'm going to have the stat block posted over on my Patreon for anyone who wants it. No charge. It's just not even going to be behind a paywall. It's just there for you to use to modify to suit your table. Check him out. Vecna, the God of Secrets, is categorized as a medium undead lawful evil alignment. He has an armor class of 27, 100 d12 plus 600 hit points, has a speed of 60 feet, and can fly 120 feet. Vecna has a strength of 28, dexterity is 24, his constitution is 32, his intelligence is 34, wisdom is 30, and his charisma is 36. Like I said, this is a nasty version of Vecna. He has some wickedly high saving throws, as well as some massive skills. His arcana is plus 18, perception is plus 16. He has damage resistance to acid, bludgeoning, cold, fire, lightning, necrotic, piercing, and slashing from non-magical weapons. He has damage immunity to poison, psychic, and radiant damage, and he cannot be blinded, charmed, deafened, exhausted, frightened, paralyzed, petrified, or poisoned. He has dark vision out to 120 feet and true sight out to 240 feet, and he knows all languages. He has a challenge rating of 35. Vecna has divine presence. Any hostile creature to him that starts its turn within 120 feet have to make a DC 30 wisdom save. Otherwise, they are frightened and paralyzed. But should they make their save, they're going to be immune to this effect for the next 24 hours. Little saving grace there. Vecna has legendary resistance, but unlike most other creatures with that ability, he can use it up to 7 times per day. He has magic resistance, giving him advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. His weapon attacks are considered magical. He can regenerate 92 hit points at the start of his turn, provided he has at least 1 hit point, and he has Aura of Secrecy, in which he radiates an aura of deceptive magic in a 60-foot radius. Creatures in this area cannot hide or cast illusionary-based spells. For action, Vecna has multi-attack, in which he can make 4 attacks with his dagger, Afterthought, and can cast 1 spell. Afterthought is his dagger. It's been with him for eons, but it has a plus 18 to hit, can do 8d6 plus 9 piercing damage, plus 10d6 necrotic damage. Further, the target must make a DC 30 con save, else they're cursed. While cursed, they can't regain hit points, they cannot heal, and will take 10d6 necrotic damage at the start of their turn, unless the curse is somehow removed. Vecna also has Rotting Gaze. He can target one creature he can see within 120 feet. That target must make a DC 30 Constitution save, otherwise they're going to take 20 d10 necrotic damage and are blind for 1 minute. He also has Secrets Unveiled, in which he can look at a creature within 60 feet and flood its mind with forbidden knowledge, and then they'll take 10 d10 psychic damage unless they succeed a DC 30 Wisdom save. He can teleport up to 200 feet, and he has spell casting, allowing him to cast as a 30th level wizard without the need of material components. He was a wizard in his former life and has always had an affinity for just kind of slinging spells. This list presented are simply some of his favorites, but you can change them up to whatever you would prefer. While you look over those spells, I want to thank my channel supporters. Their contributions to the channel have been above and beyond, and I cannot thank them enough. If you'd like to become a YouTube or Patreon member, I'll leave a link down in the description. And of course, contributing members will get access to the Fixing Vecna PDF, where I went through Vecna Eve of Ruin and fixed the storyline to make it make more sense. And of course, every Patreon member will get access to this specific Vecna stat block. You can also hit up the GameMasters Discord. It's pretty rocking, and we have some great conversation there daily. I'll leave a link to all of that down in the description. Do you think Vecna having access to the Wish spell is too much? For legendary actions, Vecna can do purple flames, in which large purple flames will erupt from the ground up to 240 feet away. Creatures in a 30-foot area of that point need to make a DC 30 dexterity save, else they're going to take 16 D8 necrotic damage. He can use Secrets of the Past, where he will target one creature. They need to make a DC 30 wisdom save, otherwise they are incapacitated by dark, forgotten secrets until the end of their next turn. Vecna also can do Sapping Shadows, where darkness will engulf a 60-foot radius. Creatures in that darkness must make a DC 30 save strength, otherwise their movement is halved and they will take 8d8 necrotic damage. Vecna kind of likes necrotic damage, so if you have anything that can resist that, or if you can find a way to get immunity against necrotic damage, that will at least give you an edge up should you decide to go against Vecna, the God of Secrets. But there's one more trick up his sleeve. He dwells within a lair. It might be a castle, a cavern, or some other location, but his lair will cause whispering of secrets to the surrounding area up to 6 miles out. Non-magical conversations are filled with faint whispers, and some of these will reveal forbidden secrets. Having a normal conversation with a neighbor might seem all fine, but then you'll hear in your head you'll hear faint whispers that says that your neighbor may be spying on you while you're getting dressed or something else. Vecna's lair can also cause shadowy surveillance. Also within 6 miles of the lair, shadows watch creatures and report those activities back to Vecna. He can see through these shadows as if they were his own eye. His lair also has Veil of Deception. Within 6 miles of the lair, divination spells cast by creatures other than Vecna, they automatically fail. But the caster may not realize it, as the spell may instead simply reveal false information. Should Vecna be destroyed, the lair effects will fade over the course of 1d10 days. Vecna will reform over 100d100 days, and at that moment an area will reform around him into a new lair, and the just mentioned lair effects will take hold again after 1d10 days. Now, taking this stat block for what it is, it's not meant to be thrown at players, but I wanted something that was a bit more fitting for a god. I've never understood why Wizards of the Coast shy away from crafting up wildly high stat blocks for deities, but this was my attempt at it. As mentioned, this Vecna stat block is for all of my patrons, free and pay. It's live now over there on my Patreon, and I'll leave a link down in the description if you want to grab a copy. Talk to me down in the comments. If you had, say, a party of 5 characters, all level 20, do you think you could take down this version of Vecna? I'll give you bonus points if you can provide a play-by-play, and I know that might be a bit lengthy to type out, so feel free to make a video reply. I'd love to see what you can come up with, but by all means, if you do want to type it out in the comments, I'd love to see that too. Until next our paths cross, may you not take a face full of necrotic damage. I really hope this audio turned out good. I did that all in one take.